Okay, May 1st, 2024, beautiful day, afternoon. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? If not, go out. Go out. It's a nice day and have fun. And then come back. So, as a systems developer, you're constantly looking at, is it worth going to this granularity, or is it better at this point, at least, to be at a higher abstract level and not concern yourself with that part of the system? And it goes back and forth, and I've done an awful lot. Oh, I was going to do the sentient stack. Okay, again for review, the sentient stack is layered such that at the bottom you have symbols. You don't got symbols, you don't got much of anything. Then symbols become data. So there's your data layer. And then data become information with the magic of tuples. There's your information layer. That's where we are now. And then next comes the knowledge layer, which is where we're working towards, and is a big GTM knowledge server is a big part of my vision. And from knowledge, you get the thinking layer, followed by intelligence, capped with cognition, and then you start getting into the mind. And the mind is a murky place. I won't get into my implementation ideas on mind yet. Suffice to say, I'm observing and paying attention to my mind and those around me. And I think it might be doable, but I keep thinking 2025, 2025, 20. Wait a sec, that's next year. Because I've heard it said by others too. I think we're at least 10 years out on a machine mind if we can ever achieve it. See, this is going from a different direction than AI expert systems. Um, uh, AI expert systems are use case driven and say, okay, we want to automate this expertise, and here we go, we've done it. And that's about the limits of where we are right now. It takes a human. You want to know where the intelligence is? It's in the human. The future is cyborg. So, so my flavor of AI doesn't try to eliminate the human. It integrates the human and creates a hybrid. I call them co-pilots. I like my AIs to have co-pilots. So then, once you've achieved the machine, I mean, the machine mind machine layer quad M layer. Oh my God, watch out because intuitively I feel by its very nature it's going to be alien. It's got to be alien. If it ain't allowed to be alien, then all we end up with humans configuring systems, and we have not broken out of the information system layer. So, so we've got say hypothetically, let's say we have a machine mind. And the next layer is sentience, thus the sentient stack, because I like the sound of it. Uh, and after sentience, there may be one or two more. I'm not really sure. It depends on what ontology, how you want to define things. The next layer after sentience may be like android or cyborg. I mean, is an android just a mind with a body? I don't know. And let's not get started about actuators and transducers. Oh my God, I love Actuators and transducers. You know why I love actuators and transducers? Because that's the ability of a machine to do something. And machine mind is insatiable with the cybernetic feedback it gets, which is why any of our users are going to have to agree that they're okay with deep immersion into a machine mind. That is, you use our email and the machine mind is listening and learning. The purpose is for learning. It's not to take over the world or anything. Not as far as you know. So, uh, one of my favorite visions that I would like to see achieved, maybe it's already being done, I don't know. Enabling a quadriplegic to dance. And I suspect it'll take some partnering with Austin Dynamics, but I think we can do it. And I'm trying not to mention he who is working on putting chips in brains. Okay, the future is cyborg, and it remains to be seen how that'll be implemented. Although, I think my favorite is nanobots. Yeah, so sentience. What's the difference between a mind and sentience? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. So, when do we say something is sentient as opposed to a mind? See, theoretically, if we implement a machine mind machine, it should be able to be its own entity. Things are not as segregated or individual as our 20th century mind wants to tell us. Huh? Huh? What'd you say? Okay, so one of my characters for my comic books I've been working on for years is called Dizzy. Dizzy, what do I know? And I'd like to model him after such famous actors as like Gabby Hayes and Smiley Burnett and who else? But kind of like if you know Plastic Man from the 40s, kind of like his sidekick Woozy. I'd like to model him on Woozy a little bit too. Anyhow, Dizzy, what do I know? He'll make his premiere someday. So, coming to you on an NFT. There is so it would be so easy, and there's so much we could do with NFTs. One of the entrepreneur ideas I like to pursue from time to time, I call redeployed public domain. Starts off public domain, so you don't have to worry about rights to it, but then you spin it and twist it and make it into something, and that's redeployed public domain. There's a lot of layers. I did publish a comic book. I published one thing for Kindle, and it was a comic book. And I doubt any sold. And I doubt ever went back to check because it was proof of concept, right? And what I found out, yeah, I might as well say that and bounce this video. What I found out was because I was trying to well, I was trying to publish it for Kindle, right? And and it was a bunch of copy and pastes and modifications to content from public domain comic books. And yeah, the problem was, what do I always say? What do I always say? You want to know what can go wrong? Try it. You'll find out. But you might also find what can go right too, or good. So the problem is DC publications. You probably know DC publications as like Superman, Batman, that the DC universe. So very big, very powerful. And basically what I found out was they were flooding Amazon with their digital versions of their comic books and selling them for like 96 cents or something a piece. Right. Now my target I think I was going for proof of concept was like $4 or $5. Trying to see, can you sell these things for $4 or $5? Um, and what I found out is no, because DC Publications has saturated and swamped the Amazon user interface, whatever you want to call it, that they'll never even see your comic book, well, much less buy it, you know. So that would be different if we can establish characters, brands and characters such that people look for us. If Clown President goes viral and people are looking on Amazon for ebooks, I'll call them what they are, for Clown President, say, bam, they found our stuff. Okay, now we're in business. Now we're in business. Um, I'll tell you, no matter what business model you're doing, you're shooting yourself in the foot and aiming higher each time when you put barriers in front of people until you have eyeballs, until you have traffic, but until you have fans. Um, don't try to monetize. You can even pretend like you're never going to monetize. Hell, YouTube for the first 2 years after Google bought it was free, totally free, no monetizing at all. Of course, Google bought them out. So, yeah, YouTube's a great case study. I guess the founders came from Yahoo. A couple of guys came from Yahoo and started YouTube, and within 2 years, they got bought out for like $14 million or whatever. Well, sure, you think of what YouTube is now, but uh, $14 million for 2 years' work isn't too bad, huh? Good work if you can get it.